Let me share something powerful with you today. It's not just about speaking words. It's about programming your subconscious for greatness. It's about crafting the foundation of your day before it even begins. It's about shaping your future, one morning at a time. Think about it. Those first moments after you open your eyes can determine the direction of your entire day. And if you can master your days, you can master your life. It's that straightforward, yet that transformative. Have you ever wondered why certain people seem to have everything figured out? They're successful, fulfilled, always progressing forward. What's their secret? I'll tell you exactly what it is. They've perfected the science of self-dialogue. They understand how to inspire themselves, how to challenge themselves, how to become their own greatest ally and most powerful advocate. That's what I want to share with you today. I want to reveal how speaking 5 simple lines to yourself every morning can revolutionize your existence. But before we dive into these 5 lines, let's understand why this practice is so fundamental. But before we continue, if you're new to the Motivation Dose channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. We post fresh, life-changing content daily, and I promise you'll find the inspiration and practical wisdom you need to transform your life. Subscribe now and join our community of growth-minded individuals who are committed to becoming their best selves. Your mind is comparable to a fertile field, and every thought you think, every word you speak to yourself is like a seed being planted in that field. You can cultivate flowers, or you can allow weeds to take over. You can nurture thoughts of achievement and possibility, or you can permit negative thoughts to dominate. The decision is entirely yours. But understand this, that field will grow something whether you attend to it deliberately or not. So why not be intentional about what you're cultivating? Why not begin each day by planting seeds of success, of motivation, of possibility? That's where these 5 lines enter the picture. They're like daily nourishment for your mind. They're the water that helps those positive seeds flourish. They're the sunlight that brings your potential to full bloom. Now I know what some of you are thinking. I'm barely conscious when I wake up. How am I supposed to remember 5 different lines? And I understand completely, but that's precisely why this practice is so crucial. Those initial moments after waking, that's when your mind is most receptive. That's when you have the opportunity to set the trajectory for your entire day. It's like you're programming your internal software, and these 5 lines are your code for excellence. So, what are these 5 lines? That's what we're going to explore today. We'll examine each one individually, and I'll demonstrate how each can profoundly impact your life. But before we do that, I want you to grasp something essential. These aren't just words. They're not just positive affirmations that you repeat mechanically. These are powerful declarations that, when internalized and genuinely believed, can reshape your entire worldview. Success isn't just about what you accomplish, it's about who you become. And who you become is largely determined by what you believe about yourself, about your capabilities, about your potential. These 5 lines are designed to shape those beliefs. They're designed to transform you into the person you need to become to achieve your dreams. They're like a daily coaching session from the most motivational mentor you could ever have, yourself. Line 1. Today, I choose to be positive. Now let's talk about the first line. The first thing you should say to yourself every morning, today I choose to be positive. Notice the word choose here. This is crucial. Positivity isn't something that just happens to you. It's not dependent on your circumstances. It's a choice, and it's a choice you must make consciously every single day. When you wake up and declare, today I choose to be positive, you're making a commitment to yourself. You're telling your mind that no matter what challenges arise today, no matter what obstacles you face, you're going to approach them with a positive mindset. And let me tell you, that choice, that commitment, can transform everything. When you choose positivity, you're not just affecting your mood, you're altering your perception of the world around you. You're influencing how you interact with others. You're determining the opportunities you recognize and the ones you create for yourself. Think about it. Have you ever experienced one of those days where everything seems to go wrong? Where one unfortunate event follows another? And before you know it, you're caught in a downward spiral of negativity. We've all been there. But here's the truth. Those days often begin with a negative mindset. When you wake up dreading what lies ahead, when you focus on everything that could go wrong, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You're programming your mind to look for the negative, and inevitably, that's exactly what you'll find. But when you start your day by choosing positivity, you're rewriting that script. You're instructing your mind to seek out the good, to discover the opportunities, to find the silver lining in every cloud. And when you do that, remarkable things begin to happen. You start to notice the small blessings in your life that you might have overlooked before. You begin to face challenges with a solution-oriented attitude instead of a defeatist one. You start to inspire those around you with your optimism and enthusiasm. And here's the truly remarkable thing. When you choose positivity, positivity starts to choose you. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. People are naturally drawn to positive individuals. Opportunities gravitate toward those who approach life with optimism and enthusiasm. I'm not suggesting that choosing positivity will magically eliminate all your problems. Life will still have its fluctuations. You'll still encounter challenges and setbacks. But when you choose positivity, you're giving yourself the most powerful tool to handle whatever life presents. It's like the wisdom that says, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. When you choose positivity, you're taking control of that crucial 90%. You're deciding that regardless of what that 10% brings, you're going to respond in a way that serves your highest good, that propels you forward, that brings you closer to your goals. So every morning, make that choice. Say to yourself, today I choose to be positive. Then watch as that choice begins to shape your day, your week, your month, your year, and ultimately your entire life journey. Line 2, I am grateful for all that I have. Now let's move to the second line. You should speak to yourself every morning. I am grateful for all that I have. Gratitude, my friends, is one of the most transformative forces in existence. It has the power to completely shift your perspective on life. When you begin your day with gratitude, you're positioning yourself for success in ways you might not even realize. It's easy to fixate on what we lack. It's easy to compare ourselves to others and feel inadequate. It's easy to get caught in the endless pursuit, always chasing the next achievement, never content with our current possessions or circumstances. But when you start your day by expressing gratitude, you're redirecting your focus. You're reminding yourself of all the blessings in your life, all the things you have to appreciate. And let me assure you, no matter where you are in life, no matter what challenges you're facing, there's always something deserving of gratitude. Perhaps it's your health, perhaps it's your loved ones, perhaps it's the shelter above your head or the food on your table. Perhaps it's the opportunities before you, the skills you've developed, the experiences you've collected. Whatever it may be, when you take time to acknowledge it and express gratitude for it, you're doing something profoundly important. You're training your mind to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. You're reminding yourself that even amidst challenges, you possess resources and blessings. You're cultivating a mindset of appreciation that can sustain you through even the most difficult times. Before I continue with the remaining lines, I want to remind you that at Motivation Dose, we're dedicated to providing you with content that truly makes a difference in your life. We upload new videos daily, each one designed to inspire, motivate, and equip you with practical tools for personal growth. And here's the truly remarkable aspect of gratitude. The more you practice it, the more you'll discover to be grateful for. It's as if you're putting on gratitude-tinted glasses, and suddenly you begin to see blessings everywhere you look. That morning coffee? Be grateful for it. The ability to hear these words? Be grateful for it. The breath in your lungs right now? Be grateful for it. When you start to view life through the lens of gratitude, you'll be amazed at how abundantly blessed you truly are. Now, some of you might be thinking, but what if I'm going through an incredibly difficult period? What if I'm facing serious hardships or setbacks? How can I possibly feel grateful then? That's a valid question, but let me tell you something. Gratitude isn't reserved only for good times. In fact, it's during challenging times that gratitude can be most powerful. When you're facing adversity, expressing gratitude can help you maintain perspective. It can remind you that despite the difficulties, there's still goodness in your life. It can provide you with the strength and resilience to persevere, to keep moving forward despite obstacles. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is that it has a way of attracting more goodness into your life. When you're grateful for what you have, you open yourself to receiving more. It's as if you're sending a message to the universe saying, I appreciate what I've been given, and I'm ready to receive more blessings. So every morning, take a moment to express gratitude. Say to yourself, I am grateful for all that I have. Then, if possible, list a few specific things you're thankful for. Perhaps different blessings each day, or maybe you have core blessings that you acknowledge daily. The important thing is to make gratitude a habit, an integral part of your morning ritual. Line 3, I am capable of achieving great things. Now let's explore the third line you should speak to yourself every morning. I am capable of achieving great things. This line is all about belief. It's about recognizing your own potential, your own power. It's about understanding that within you lies the capacity to accomplish extraordinary things. One of the greatest barriers to success is self-doubt. It's that nagging voice in your head that whispers, you can't do it, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not talented enough. And let me tell you, that voice can be remarkably convincing if you allow it to be. But when you begin your day by affirming your capabilities, you're silencing that voice of doubt. You're replacing it with a voice of confidence, a voice of self-belief. You're reminding yourself that you possess what's necessary to succeed, to overcome challenges, to achieve your aspirations. I want you to reflect deeply on this. Consider all the monumental achievements throughout human history. The great architectural wonders, the technological breakthroughs, the artistic masterpieces. All of these were once just ideas in someone's mind. They were dreams, visions of possibility. And you know what transformed those dreams into reality? It wasn't merely skill or talent or resources. It was belief. It was individuals who looked at seemingly impossible challenges and declared, I am capable of achieving this. That's the power of belief. That's the power of recognizing your own capabilities. When you genuinely believe you're capable of achieving great things, you open yourself to possibilities you might never have considered before. You begin to see opportunities where others see only obstacles. You start to take risks that others avoid. And here's the fundamental truth. You are capable of achieving great things. Each and every one of you has untapped potential within. You possess skills, talents, and abilities that are uniquely yours. You have experiences and perspectives that no one else in the world shares. But that potential, those capabilities, they're like muscles. If you don't exercise them, if you don't believe in them, they'll never reach their full strength. That's why it's so vital to affirm your capabilities every single day. When you say, I am capable of achieving great things, you're not just motivating yourself. You're not just giving yourself a pep talk. You're programming your subconscious mind. You're shaping your beliefs about yourself and what you can accomplish. And those beliefs have a way of becoming self-fulfilling prophecies. When you believe you're capable of greatness, you start to act accordingly. You begin to make decisions like someone destined for success. You carry yourself with the confidence of someone who knows their true worth. I'm not suggesting that simply believing in yourself guarantees success. Of course not. You still need to put in the work. You still need to develop your skills, to learn, to grow. But belief in your capabilities is the foundation upon which all of that is built. Think about it this way. If you don't believe you're capable of achieving something, why would you even attempt it? Why would you invest the effort? Confront the challenges, persist through the setbacks. But when you believe in your capabilities, when you truly internalize the idea that you're capable of great things, you give yourself permission to dream boldly. You give yourself the courage to take action, to persevere in the face of obstacles. So every morning, look at yourself in the mirror and declare, I am capable of achieving great things. Say it with conviction. Say it like you mean it, because you do mean it. And throughout your day, let that belief guide your actions. Let it inspire you to take on challenges that might have seemed too formidable before. Let it motivate you to keep pushing forward, even when circumstances become difficult. Remember, the only limits that truly exist are the ones we impose on ourselves. So why limit yourself? Why settle for less than you're capable of? Embrace your potential, believe in your capabilities, and watch as you begin to achieve things you might never have thought possible. Line 4. I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Now let's move to the fourth line. You should speak to yourself every morning. I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. This line is all about perspective. It's about how you view the obstacles and difficulties that inevitably cross your path. Because let me assure you, challenges are part of the human experience. They're unavoidable. But how you choose to perceive them, how you choose to respond to them, that's entirely within your control. Many people view challenges as barriers. They see them as impediments holding them back, preventing them from reaching their desired destination. And when you perceive challenges in this way, they become exactly that: obstacles that slow your progress, drain your energy, and tempt you to abandon your journey. But what if you could transform that perspective? What if instead of seeing challenges as barriers, you could see them as bridges? What if you could view every difficulty, every setback, every obstacle as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger and more capable? That's the essence of this line. When you say to yourself, I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, you're fundamentally altering your relationship with difficulty. You're no longer avoiding challenges, you're welcoming them. You're no longer dreading them, you're seeking the value within them. I recognize that some of you might be thinking, that sounds wonderful in theory, but in practice, challenges are difficult, they're stressful, they're often painful. How can I possibly embrace something so uncomfortable? And you're absolutely right. Challenges are all those things. But here's the profound truth. It's through those very difficulties that we experience our greatest growth. Reflect on your own life journey. When have you learned the most valuable lessons? When have you developed the most crucial skills? When have you discovered strengths you never knew you possessed? I'm willing to wager it wasn't during periods of ease and comfort. It was when you faced challenges, when you had to stretch beyond your limits, when you had to search within yourself and discover resources you didn't even know were there. That's the transformative power of challenges. They push us beyond our comfort zones. They test our limits, and in doing so, they reveal what we're truly capable of. When you embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, you're not merely putting a positive spin on difficult situations. You're actively seeking ways to learn and improve from every experience. You're training yourself to find the lesson in every setback, the opportunity in every obstacle. And when you begin to approach life this way, extraordinary things start to happen. Suddenly, failures aren't devastating, they're valuable learning experiences. Setbacks aren't discouraging, they're preparation for coming back stronger. Obstacles aren't insurmountable, they're puzzles to be solved, problems to be overcome. This mindset, this ability to embrace challenges, it's one of the key differentiators between those who achieve remarkable success and those who don't. Because the truth is, success isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about how you respond when they inevitably arise. The most successful individuals in any field aren't those who have an easy path. They're the ones who face the greatest challenges and use those challenges to fuel their growth. They're the ones who look at a difficult situation and ask, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? So when you wake up each morning and say, I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, you're positioning yourself to join those ranks. You're preparing yourself to face whatever the day might bring, with courage, with resilience, with a hunger for growth. Another powerful aspect of this mindset is that when you truly embrace challenges, you stop fearing them. You stop allowing the fear of failure, the fear of difficulty, to prevent you from pursuing your dreams. Because you know that even if things don't go according to plan, even if you encounter setbacks or obstacles, you'll emerge from the experience stronger, wiser, more capable than before. This doesn't mean you'll suddenly start looking forward to difficulties or enjoying hardships, but it does mean you'll stop seeing them as reasons to surrender. Instead, you'll see them as invitations to rise to the occasion, to prove to yourself just how strong and capable you truly are. So every morning, remind yourself, I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and throughout your day, live up to those words. When faced with a difficult task, a daunting challenge, a seemingly insurmountable obstacle, don't retreat from it. Don't avoid it. Embrace it. Face it head on. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this help me grow? And as you consistently embrace challenges and learn from them, you'll find yourself becoming more resilient, more adaptable, more confident. You'll discover strengths and abilities within yourself that you never knew existed. And before you realize it, you'll be achieving things you once thought impossible. Line 5. I take action towards my goals every day. Now let's explore the fifth and final line you should speak to yourself every morning. I take action towards my goals every day. This line is where intention transforms into reality. It's where dreams become achievements. Because you see, all the positive thinking in the world, all the self-belief and embracing of challenges, they're incredibly important, but they're insufficient on their own. To truly succeed, to truly transform your life, you must take action. When you say to yourself, I take action towards my goals every day, you're making a commitment. You're promising yourself that you won't merely dream about success, you'll actively work towards it. You're telling yourself that today, just like every other day, you're going to do something, no matter how small, that brings you closer to your desired destination. I want you to contemplate the immense power of this statement. Imagine what would happen if you truly lived by these words. If every single day, without exception, you took some action towards your goals, can you envision the progress you'd make over a week, a month, a year? Success isn't about making enormous leaps forward all at once. It's about consistent, persistent action over time. It's about those small steps that, when accumulated, cover a remarkable distance. Think of it like this. If you wanted to walk across a continent, you wouldn't expect to do it in one giant stride, would you? Of course not. You do it one step at a time. And yes, each individual step might seem insignificant, but add them all together, and before you know it, you've traversed thousands of miles. That's the essence of taking daily action towards your goals. It's about those small, consistent steps that over time lead to extraordinary achievements. I understand that some of you might be thinking, but I'm overwhelmed with responsibilities. I have work, family obligations. How am I supposed to find time to work on my goals every single day? And I completely understand. Life is demanding. We all have numerous commitments competing for our time and energy. But here's the truth. If something is genuinely important to you, you'll find a way to make time for it. And your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, they should be important enough to warrant daily attention. This doesn't mean you need to dedicate hours each day to working towards your goals. Sometimes it might be as simple as reading a few pages of a book that helps you develop a necessary skill. Sometimes it might be making a phone call, sending an email, or spending 15 minutes brainstorming ideas. The crucial thing is that you're doing something. You're making progress. You're moving forward. And when you commit to taking action every day, remarkable things begin to happen. First, you build momentum. Each action you take makes the next one easier. Each step forward increases your confidence, your motivation, your belief in what's possible. Second, you start to see results. Perhaps not immediately, perhaps not dramatically, but over time, you'll begin to notice. You'll start to see yourself getting closer to your goals. And that progress, even if modest, is incredibly motivating. It fuels your determination to keep going, to keep pushing forward. But perhaps most significantly, when you take action every day, you're developing one of the most crucial habits for success: consistency. You're training yourself to show up day after day, regardless of whether you feel motivated or not. You're building the kind of discipline and dedication that distinguishes high achievers. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. Some days you'll wake up feeling invincible, ready to conquer any challenge. Other days you'll feel like avoiding the world entirely. But when you commit to taking action every day, you're not depending on motivation. You're relying on discipline. You're doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. And that, my friends, is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. It's not about waiting until you feel ready or until conditions are perfect. It's about taking action, consistently, persistently, relentlessly. So every morning, remind yourself, I take action towards my goals every day. And then follow through. Make it non-negotiable. Make it as fundamental to your daily routine as personal hygiene or eating meals. Ask yourself each morning, what's one thing I can do today to move closer to my goals? And then do it. No excuses. No procrastination, just action. Here's a powerful tip. Plan your action the night before. Before you go to bed, decide what action you're going to take towards your goals tomorrow. That way, when you wake up, you already know exactly what you need to do. There's no deliberation, no procrastination. You wake up with a mission, with a purpose. As we conclude our discussion of these 5 transformative lines, I want you to understand something fundamental. These aren't just words. They're not just positive affirmations that you repeat mechanically. They're commitments you're making to yourself. They're declarations of who you are and who you're becoming. When you say, today I choose to be positive, you're committing to approaching life with optimism and enthusiasm, regardless of circumstances. When you say, I am grateful for all that I have, you're committing to focusing on abundance rather than scarcity, to appreciating the blessings in your life. When you say, I am capable of achieving great things, you're committing to believing in yourself, to recognizing and embracing your own potential. When you say, I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, you're committing to facing difficulties head-on, to learning and improving from every experience. And when you say, I take action towards my goals every day, you're committing to turning your dreams into reality through consistent, persistent effort. These 5 lines, when internalized and truly lived, have the power to transform your life. They can reshape your mindset, redirect your energy, and realign your actions with your aspirations. But remember, they only work if you use them. They only have power if you believe them and act on them. You can't just say these words once and expect your life to change. You need to make them part of your daily practice, a fundamental aspect of how you approach each day. That's why I'm challenging you to speak these 5 lines to yourself every morning. Make it the first thing you do when you wake up. Before you check your phone, before you turn on the news, before you start worrying about the day ahead, take a moment to center yourself with these powerful affirmations. Say them aloud. Say them with conviction. Say them like you mean them, because you do mean them. They're not just words on a screen or ideas in your head. They're truths about who you are and who you're becoming. Remember this, these 5 lines are more than just words. They're the blueprint for the extraordinary life you were meant to live. Speak them every morning. Believe them with all your heart, and then go out and live them. Because when you do, there's absolutely no limit to what you can achieve. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.